Welcome back, lords and ladies, to another Lionhearts campaign in the Swissmod Hotseat. I will be taking another general, as always, which is really great. Spark is not so enthused about that, but oh shit, his loyalty is terrible. Ouch, man. Wolfgang von Ruppel. I'm gonna have to get some more military units for that, so that's possible. Alright, so Descartes would finally be ours if Spark stays with us, of course. Also, over here, these two units are just barely in range. Now, they've been put under AI control either way, so... we're back to Saladin after the longest time. Now, that's what would have happened if the entire army would have stayed together, of course. But they left. They're out of range. Now, you might be asking, what do you mean they're turned AI now? Well, if I was actually playing seriously, I wouldn't be trying to assassinate. Well, I would have figured out the perfect way to kill this guy off. But we are no longer playing, as this is the last turn that anybody will ever see. So, Swissman is yet again unable to defeat the... I think it's this army. He's trying to crush the Northman army, and his spearman stats weren't good enough or something to that effect. And he kept on getting severe defeats or whatever, and he finally said, screw it, I give up. So he turned himself AI, and the Turks wanted to give up as well, so they returned AI as well. And it would have just been myself, Rampanid, the Northman, and Captain Invisible, and Old Total Warrior, which I was fine with. I was like, okay, let's just try and finish this for what it is, right? Well, nope. They didn't want to, so I was like, alright, fine. That's cool. But it's interesting to see that the Turks, you know, are somehow got a large fleet, all these ships in this large army and two spies, a diplomat and an imam, and they were coming down this way to attack us. Really? This guy can't go... Oh, he's out of movement. Whatever. Anyways, secrets. Secret time. So the Northmen and I, yes, we've had an alliance. That was known for a little bit. Secrets. Russians and I had a secret alliance. Now, I don't know what would have happened if the Turks actually died. Would they... I believe Old Total Warrior would have kept his word and we would have fought Swissman off and probably crushed him. But Swissman kept on trying to get me to, you know, fight against the Russians. Like, I didn't say very much about it when I was actually playing the turns, but behind the scenes it was a little bit more prevalent, and I would always kind of say no, but it was because we're allied secretly from behind the scenes, so I could give my full force to Swissman. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I don't know if I would have besieged Saladin because I would be probably in range of these guys. And then I'd attack Peter, take Peter. I'm actually able to get into Layoverture, but as it is, I don't know. Because I'd probably need more men to actually get an assault, so I'd probably have to at least get that unit. And then by next turn, I'd probably get the... Yeah, I heard you the first time, but it's okay. So, there we have it. Our MVPs of the campaign would be Russia, myself, and Rampanid for doing pretty much the best for the whole time. Gold goes to all three of us for making it this far and actually, you know, winning our our one-on-one wars, I suppose. Yeah, that's there's not really much more to say about this. It's not really that great of a glorifying end. It's just I just want you guys to know that the campaign is done and that it's yeah, it's sadly the finish. Yeah, we'll try and kill this guy off. Yeah, whatever. Failed. Also, I stopped doing the assassination things at the end of the videos because it didn't really feel like anybody noticed those. But of course, I didn't mention it until like the 16th or 17th turn, which was too late by then. Um, so what I can assess is that the Turks, if they would have stayed, is they probably would have attacked Knightly Northern Star, but how much more time would they have had? Well, either that or Genghis. But between there and there, how much time they would have had between the Russians mobilizing and just taking the rest of their stuff, I don't know. I'm unsure about what would have happened all the way, but I know that the rest of the mainland would be mine. I would eventually have conquered the rest of this. Probably not Page or Jean for a while, but I would definitely make it a priority to go after them. Now, Wilson would eventually have fallen, but the AI would be a prevalent thing to deal with. So, yeah, that's it. So, let's get a round of applause for these family members for living the whole way through. We got Davy the Killer, and Prince Paul, and Lofine Barnes, and Simon Barnes. The two sons who were destined for greatness but would never get it because they were never given the chance. Well, maybe in another 16 turns, eventually. But yeah, let's get a look at this guy. Notorious Berserker, Master of Assassins, Veteran Warrior, bends the truth, well-spoken, striking to behold, Siege Master, +3, nice. Master of Espionage, brutally scarred, looter, night fighter, promising attacker, Master of Assassins as well, mostly rational and convincing. Well, King Davy, it's been a blast. You've been a great faction leader, and I loved you. Loved playing as the Lionhearts. It's been a great time. But unfortunately, like most great times, it all must come to an end. Yeah, there's not much history between us and Spark, except for him kicking a bit of Byzantine ass. John Dowell, he would probably have headed up the spearhead up north if I was attacked by the Turks one last time. It's just Went and Prince Paul that really have any more prevalence. Woolman, he would have been a great man. And Middlemore, and Ashwell. All of them died in the same year within the 2-turn span. Or no, yeah, they died all in the same turn. It was sucked. Courageous, confident attacker, fierce in battle, terribly scarred. Nice. Wait, brutally scarred. Is brutally scarred, isn't that the 8? Come on. And it is. The most brutally scarred. Courageous. Wall taker. Godwin, you are one good son of a bitch. Prince Paul, veteran warrior. A better townsman, but handsome, lacks justice. Incompetent trader. Well, apparently he's not as good as I thought he was. Scarred. Honest and religious. Well, that's good. Well, that's pretty much all we got for that. Let's look at ratings one last time. Oh, crap. Go back to the beginning. Overall, apparently I'm still up there, but I feel like Russia was ahead of me. Most of the game has been ahead of me, I feel like. Yeah. So we have Swissmanian Empire on the downturn. Turks as well, going down as soon as we were butting heads. The Northmen making a comeback, getting hit a little bit by the Byzantines. The Moors, of course, they had to deal with the Venetian Empire, or the military, because their stats are so much better. I think that was what was being a real pain for Rampant because he couldn't fight the battles manually, which was another thing that Swissman wishes he would have had for this, but he released the mod a little too early and got this started a little early because there's another hot seat that he did that has it manual, which I happen to be in as well, which is actually going fine. Militarily, the Russians, of course, are ahead of me, which is good. Venetians, I mean, I could just imagine that Rampant was kicking his ass. Even the AI, he's still trying to deal with it because it's just hard to clean up an AI faction. That's what I I didn't really question this until like 2 or 3 turns after Gamers was turned AI. It's like, well, if he's turned AI, it depends on the difficulty of the campaign. If the difficulty is really high, then what's gonna stop the AI from beating Rampant? Because they just, you know, pump out a ton of troops. So hats off to Rampant for dealing with that. Swissman, thank you for hosting this. Czar, it's been a great time. It was kind of fun. Cap, it was good. Good job. Thank you for helping me out, taking down Swissman. Autoresolved Warrior, as always. It's great to have another strategist with about pretty much the same, I want to say the same level as myself, and I think all of you actually are on the same level. No offense to gamers, but gamers, you did not put hardly any time into your turn. It was so obvious it hurt. It honestly hurt to watch your turns. And I messaged him and I tried to get him to not suck. No offense. But when the truth is the truth, it might hurt. And I've been holding in the truth for a long time. He just, no offense, he sucked. He just threw away his spies, threw away any actions that he could have done, threw out any strategic thought whatsoever, and just crumpled it on a ball and threw it in the back and said, "Let's just play the turn in like 3 or 4 minutes." And Rampant plays the turn in 3 or 4 minutes. Yet he does things strategically. He does his spy actions. He does his assassin actions. Granted, in this one, once in a while they wouldn't work, but he did plan out his turns. He does do that. Just like Old Total Warrior, just like Swissman, just like myself, just like Cap, just like Czar. All of us planned out and strategized our turns. Except for Gamers. Which is why we turned him AI, which is why he's not here. Territorially, obviously the Russians, because they pretty much steamrolled Peace and Love, which was good. Get them out of the way. But they didn't really have any hindrance over there to start off with, which was kind of rectified in the second bit of the Swiss mod where the Mongols were introduced to kind of put a check and balance against the Russians growing so much, on their own. But that's a conversation for another time. Financially, obviously it's going to be the Venetians because they were turned AI. They're going to be given a ton of money. Otherwise, myself, I was number 1. The Russians must have been. I think what Old Total Warrior probably was doing was probably massing up a military to finish off the Turks. If I had to guess, that's my best guess. Otherwise, I can't see myself remaining in the number 1 spot very long. Population, yep. That's pretty much the game. We all dogpiled Swissman, and he just, well, the 2 of us dogpiled him. Ally wasn't much help because he was still busy fighting his own war. And Peace and Love because I love killing off freaking diplomats. It's fun. Alright, last bit, we have 16 regions that we control. Eventually, we would have had 1, 2, 3, 4 more, so we would have been probably 20, good 20 strong. 7 generals. We've lost a few generals. They've lost a few generals in this war. We would have gotten more, which would have been great for the ending. Battles won 51 total. Battles lost 19. Now, -1, but -1 victory over here. I mean, I would have won 51 and lost 18 because I wouldn't have been able to take Leovitre, but either way, I mean, we're done. So that has been the end of the Swissmod Hotseat. I just want to say thank you everybody for watching. It's been interesting. A lot of waiting at times, but it was mostly fun and I enjoyed it for most of my time. It's just hard to say. It's hard to let it go after this whole time. Lionheart. We are the Lionhearts, and we will not be forgotten. So I just want to say thank you to all who participated in this hot seat. Thank you to everybody who watched, and thank you, Swissman, for letting us participate. It was a lot of fun, and I hope to do another hot seat somewhat like this. There will be another hot seat coming out either in a day or two after I upload this. It will be the Tyronia hot seat, and you'll learn all about that when it comes out. So I'll see you guys then. Berry night out.